Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we're going to be talking about trails that are public, that are private, and whether we should share them or not share them. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I got a comment on one of my last videos that was basically telling me if I'm not going to say where that trail is, then why am I even making a video of the trail? Well, if you haven't noticed, to that person, Randy, well, do you know where this trail is? We call this trail Moon Hill that you're watching while I'm doing my voiceover. But am I going to share the exact location with you? No, I am not. Is it a public trail? Kind of, sort of, might be. There is possibility some of these trails become legal in the coming couple years. We're working on that. But everyone and their brother seems to know about these trails that live in the Colorado Springs, Castle Rock, Denver, and Pueblo areas. They're not really that big of a secret, but at the same time, I'm not going to drop a pin right to Moon Hill and say this is where this trail is. If you happen to come across it, if you happen to know where I tend to ride this time of the year, you might find this trail and you might be like, I've seen that trail in a video. But I'm not just going to outright say where that trail is, because although this is kind of public, it's also not, because we're working on it to be legalized. Yes, that's right. So public lands, not quite legal. BLM knows about it, but you know, we're not out there pointing fingers right to the trail. Now, would I want to point right to a trail anyways? Certain trails, I don't mind doing that because they're so well known. Take Monarch Crest, for example, Agate Creek, Horseshoe Trail, Grizzly Helena. These trails, for example, people can look them up on Cotrex, which is a free app in Colorado. I'm not sponsored by them. It's paid for by our tax dollars. And you can look up single track trails and you can find these specific trails, so anyone can find them. I tend to go ahead and share, like, hey, I'm at Horseshoe Trail, this is Horseshoe Trail this year, you know, this is the condition of it. I share those trails. A lot of people don't even like me, for example, sharing that Horseshoe's out there, even though it's a well-known public trail. I think it's so well known it doesn't really matter. But there are public trails where I would be hesitant to say, like, hey, I am over on this trail, like this one, for example, assuming this was a legal trail. I probably wouldn't tell you why, because I wouldn't want to see it more crowded. I wouldn't see it wear out that much. Now, down the road, I might change my opinion on that for this trail, you know? I might say, hey, this is where I'm at. I'll tell you where I'm at. Here's a link to the Cotrex showing you where I'm at. And then, you know, of course, we have different reasons, like back east, for example, in the country, in the United States, say Tennessee, Georgia, those places, a lot of riding areas are membership or on private lands. You know, you have to pay a member to ride, or you own land, or you know somebody that owns land, or maybe the neighbor doesn't care that you cut through their land or use their land, but they want to keep it on the down low. If you then say, hey, I'm over at Farmer Joe's here off of Highway 16 and you know, Freddie Street or something, I'm just making up names here, then they're going to get mad and they're going to shut down their access that you might have been using forever, but it became too popular. They didn't mind it when it was the neighbor or the couple neighbors down the road, but now they're mad. Maybe they don't know you're cutting across the back because they're older, they don't go back there. You're just trying to keep it secret because you don't want your trail to be shut down that you've been accessing forever. So you have that issue back east of private trails. Here in Colorado, we're very lucky. We do have a lot of public lands. We do have a lot of public trails. Unfortunately, we do not have enough motorized single track trails. There's a lot of mountain bike trails, hiking trails, but motorized single track trails, we don't have a lot of. So I kind of play with sharing and not sharing. I show you a video of the area. You might not quite know where that area is. You know I'm in Colorado. That's pretty clear. And you kind of get an idea like, hey, Colorado has some cool trails. But yeah, you might not be able to come out here and ride these trails if you don't become buddies and friends with various groups that might know of these trails. And plenty of people actually do know of the trails. So it's just a thing of trust and not getting these shut down and these becoming so used because it's a small area that it's not even enjoyable for us to go. So I don't know why people get so upset if you don't share the exact area. There's two mindsets, and I understand both. I understand you don't want to necessarily share every trail. If my channel was 1 million subscribers, I'd probably even be less likely to say where I'm at, because then I would potentially have 1 million people that would know where this trail is. And I understand big channels like Everride and stuff, they used to share where trails were, and then it became too many people were going seeking those trails. So I understand why people don't share. So I'm trying to show you interesting video because I'm a content creator. I'm trying to make video to be entertaining. As far as knowing where the trail is, that's just a bonus if I tell you. If not, well, you pretty much know I'm in Colorado, so you can hope to maybe come across this trail or something like it. At least you get to see the type of riding terrain we ride here, and that kind of prepares you for, oh, this is the type of riding terrain they have. They got this more deserty, rocky stuff. They got stuff up in the trees. We don't really have black dirt except for a few areas here and there. It shows you what we have, but I don't have to point to it. I don't know. To me, it's entertainment value. It's not necessarily I need to hold your hand and show you where that trail is. So I don't know why Randy got upset that I'm not showing and thinks I shouldn't make videos if I'm not going to show where they're at 100%. That just seems weird to me. He obviously hasn't followed the channel very long. I posted one I called Hell's Gate, which is kind of newer. We're still working on the name, but it seemed fitting for the time. And yes, I know Moab with Hell's Gate, but that's a Jeep trail, so who gives a shit? That's Moab. This is Colorado, so for now, Hell's Gate. We have coaches, we have warm-up trail, we have Mike Tyson, we have various trails. And this one I'm on right here, this is Waterfall Trail, we've named it. And then we have Niagara Trail, and that's the video that the guy was like, oh, Niagara Trail, oh my god, you're not sharing where it's at. Well, maybe come ride with us, meet some of these Colorado groups that do riding, and we will show you around. There are positives to sharing public trails because it kind of documents the trail, right? These videos document trails, and that kind of helps out for down the road for United States Forest Service or BLM to say, hey, the trail hasn't changed, it's been the same for the last 20 years, here's the videos. We can do that nowadays because we all run GoPros. So I do like running trails totally, so we have that preserved. So that's a good thing. A bad thing is too many users, even for public trails, public lands, will come out and blow out trails. And who do you think fixes those trails? It's us. It's the ones that mainly use those trails. It's not you that is just visiting the area. And it's not the Forest Service, and it's not the BLM. They typically don't have the manpower or provided the money by the federal government to fix trails or create new trails. That's usually on us as recreationists in this sport to, maintain them, to maybe report if there's a big problem, and just get out there with a chainsaw, fix the problem, or move rocks. If we see erosion issues, just fix it ourselves. Unfortunately, we have to do that. No one pays us. It's all voluntary work, and yeah. Again, I don't know why somebody would get upset if I don't share a location. If I share it, that's a bonus. If I don't, so be it. The video in itself is just for entertainment purposes. So I don't quite understand why that individual, but I've seen it elsewhere, gets pretty hostile that you're not sharing where the trail is, so don't even do the video. Don't even post. That's just crazy. Anyways, hopefully you enjoy my videos, and if you do, awesome, please like, subscribe. If you don't, then leave. I don't care. So, thank you.